WNYT, Albany in HD. News Channel 13, live at noon, begins right now.
Our top story, a life-saving effort for a 15-year-old stabbing victim. Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Bazil, in for Sabrina Dami. Police say Adeujuan Adams was stabbed in the neck on May 25th while riding his bicycle in Albany. Police arrested Juan Anderson that night. He was arraigned this morning in county court. Police say Anderson stabbed, punched, and kicked the victim while trying to steal his bicycle. Adams' spinal cord was mostly severed because of that. Right now, he is on his way to Georgia to be treated, thanks to a community effort. And that's where Beth Wortman picks up this story. She joins us from the Albany International Airport. Good afternoon, Beth.
Hi, Dan. Well, 15-year-old Adeujuan Adams taking off just about an hour ago from the airport and on his way to Atlanta to get treatment for that spinal cord injury he suffered during the stabbing. The air ambulance possible only after donors scrambled to pull money together to pay for that transport. Now, these photos taken by the member of the Albany County District Attorney's Office showing the ambulance pulling up to the aircraft. Adeujuan loaded in on a stretcher with his mother at his side. She greets the pilot and District Attorney David Soares before the plane begins its trip down the runway and takes off, heading to the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia, which specializes in adolescent spinal cord injuries. $11,000 was raised by St. Peter's Hospital and some anonymous donors to pay for the one-way trip in an effort to help this teenager regain some quality of life.
The stepfather was an employee of St. Peter's Health Partners. He works for Albany Memorial Hospital. We decided that this was a kid who needed a chance.
Knowing nothing of the medical aspect, but knowing a lot of the human spirit, this is a young man who's got a smile on his face, who is enthusiastic and looking forward to the life that he has. And I'm not going to count him out, and you can't count a guy like that out.
Adeujuan has been in the pediatric intensive care unit at Albany Med. We're told he has some movement in his neck. He's been on a ventilator and can't speak for short periods, and that he likes the Gatorade and cookies and cream milkshakes that police officers have been bringing him. Other family members hoping to join him in Atlanta for this treatment, and fundraising efforts continue to help this Albany family. I'm Beth Wortman at the airport. Dan, back to you.
All right, Beth Wortman live for us at the Albany International Airport. Thank you, Beth.
From WNYT, Albany in HD. News Channel 13, live at 5, begins right now.
Relatives of a teenager who was paralyzed during a stabbing say they have a glimmer of hope for his improvement tonight. That's after a fundraising effort made it possible for the boy to be flown to Georgia to a hospital there that specializes in spinal cord injuries. Beth Wortman's here with more. Good evening, Beth.
Hi, Jim. We were at the airport today as 15-year-old Adeujuan Adams took an air ambulance to that treatment center. Ironically, on the same day that the man accused of robbing and stabbing him on May 25th in Albany was arraigned on the crime. As the air ambulance took to the skies carrying Adeujuan Adams, high hopes also lifted off. Wishes that a teenager paralyzed from the neck down from a stabbing injury would regain some movement at a specialty treatment center in Atlanta.
Knowing a lot of the human spirit, this is a young man who's got a smile on his face, who is enthusiastic and looking forward to the life that he has. And I'm not going to count him out, and you can't count a guy like that out.
Albany County's District Attorney's Office helped arrange the flight to transport Adeujuan and his mother to the center, with $11,000 raised by St. Peter's Hospital and anonymous donors. It happened on the same day 18-year-old Juan Anderson was charged with assaulting and robbing Adeujuan. Prosecutors say he stabbed the teen in the neck while trying to steal his bicycle, then kicked and punched Adeujuan, whose spinal cord was nearly severed.
He's very retrospective. He's like, Dad, this is not fair. This is just simply not fair, Dad. This is over a bicycle. This shouldn't have happened.
Adeujuan's father says it's been heartbreaking to see his son go from a happy teen who loves basketball to a boy paralyzed and hooked to a respirator.
This trip down to the rehabilitation center in Atlanta is the best thing that has happened, and going forward, hopefully they can do something for him, and with his strength, and he has a lot of it, he can pull through.
But with the generosity of the community and Adeujuan now getting help from specialists, his family says they're hoping and praying that the teen will regain some quality of life. And the district attorney announced this afternoon that a fund has been set up by Adeujuan's family to help with the teen's medical expenses. You can donate to the address on your screen, Fund Drive, Capcom Credit Union, to the Adeujuan Adams Fund, Box 6818, Albany, New York 12206. I'm Beth Wertman. Back to you.
Thank you, Beth.
From WNYT, Albany, in HD. News Channel 13, live at 6, begins right now.
A 15-year-old stabbing victim who's paralyzed from the incident is getting some much-needed help tonight, and it comes the same day the man accused of the assault over a bicycle is arraigned for the crime. Beth Wertman, live in the newsroom, she explains. Beth?
Hi, Benita. Well, prosecutors say this man stabbed the teenager in the neck, nearly severing his spinal cord. We were at the airport today as this boy was flown to Atlanta, Georgia, to a treatment center that will try to help him regain some quality of life.
Just 15. And all of this over a bicycle, and I don't know, it's just horrible, horrible.
Brian Adams says he's both heartbroken and a little hopeful now that his son Adeujuan is getting treatment for a severe spinal cord injury. The teen paralyzed from the neck down during a stabbing last month when prosecutors say 18-year-old Juan Anderson tried to steal Adeujuan's bicycle on the night of May 25th. This morning, a member of the Albany County District Attorney's Office snapped these pictures as Adeujuan was loaded into an air ambulance at the Albany Airport, his mother at his side. The plane taking the teen to the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, which specializes in adolescent spinal cord injuries. The $11,000 flight funded by St. Peter's Hospital and anonymous donors. Also today, Anderson was arraigned on robbery and assault charges, which carry a maximum sentence of 25 years in prison if convicted. But Adeujuan's family says for now, they're focused on helping the teen.
The only thing he could do was whisper and tell me that he loved me. And I said, I love you too, but we're going to get through this and you have to be strong.
And I keep talking to him, and I know, but we're all here, buddy, for you, you know. You're going to make it through this and try to be as positive as possible without myself breaking down in the process.
And the district attorney announced this afternoon that a fund has been set up to help with Adeujuan's family and the medical expenses. You can donate to the address Fund Drive, Capcom Credit Union, to the Adeujuan Adams Fund, Box 6818, Albany 12206. We'll have that address on our website. I'm Beth Wertman, live in the newsroom. Back to you.
Thank you, Beth.